Prepare for extermination.
Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike coming at you with the FansToys FT-32C Gaudi. It's their take on Hook, and it is the third Constructicon in their set of 6. I mean, go figure, they're only doing 6 halfway through at this point. Now, we're going to see the next one. I think they're long haul coming up pretty soon. But if you're anything like me, you're on the hook for all 6 of these members. And I will say this one is pretty nice. Doesn't really disappoint so far. And with that, I tried to match the pose to the box. I don't know, I get close. I got close, I guess. But I did get this to Shows Storm. I have a link down below where you can maybe get yours. They're still on pre-order sold out, meaning that they've got to process through everything that they have coming in and all that kind of stuff. But I have a link to Show Z where I got mine, and maybe you get yours. I'll tell you how much I paid in this video. We'll get in, take a look at this, do some comparisons, do some transformations, all that fun stuff coming up. Here's the box. There's some glare. It is shiny. It looks good. It says down here at the bottom, 2026. I got the year right. They did get the year right. I mean, I'm sure these were manufactured in 2025, but wouldn't hit till 26, I guess. Anyway, there's the side of it. Here's the back. You can see all kinds of good stuff that he can do. There's the team, sort of so far. Are we on the 4th? I thought it was only on the 3rd. But anyway, there we are. Okay, that one's coming. That one's still coming on the way. And again, I don't know. So fun, weird stuff I like to do is still try to match the poses. But that's fantasy artwork versus reality. Anyway, there's a box. All right, here he is right out of the box. And big dude. Nice big figure. Looks pretty good. You will have to flip his waist around. They like to pack it. I think they think that they're making it more solid packed. Maybe they are condensing the packaging down slightly, protecting the figure. I don't know. I don't know. But they always want to do something wacky right out the box, and flipping his waist around with a giant backpack semi in the way. But I got it flipped around without scratching up any paint. I will say this, he is not the heaviest FansToys figure, and that's fine. I haven't heard anybody complain about his weight, but because he's a torso, and you really just don't want this whole thing weighing like 35 pounds. It's still probably going to weigh 35 pounds when it's all said and done, but you don't want it to be too massively heavy overall. Let's get in and take a look at this aesthetic. Starting up here, I will point out all of the paint is painted very well. The color looks really nice. I think, yeah, that's kind of a win-win on the paint. He does have a pretty giant backpack, but I don't know how it could have been condensed anymore. And if it were condensed anymore, I don't know if I would have liked that at all. So that's fine. Does make him a little on the back heavy side. Not a big deal, just a little on the back heavy side. They've got some purple here and then some gray right there, which when you move this panel moves. It's interesting. And yeah, still he's got these giant shoulder pads, these 80 shoulder pads, which so I can't move his head. So we'll get into articulation, but maybe I'm doing something wrong, not moving his head, but whatever. The wheels just stay wheels, which is fine, and they look good. Nice chrome on the wheels. And then there's that back heaviness of his. Let's move the camera down just a bit. And even the gray, which this looks very cartoony, but yet it has a nice sheen to it and does feel all painted all over. So feels premium. Everything about this guy feels premium, except his weight. He doesn't feel super heavy. And again, I've already touched on that. And down here at the legs, I was off-put by the foot. I know it's animation accurate, but the more I match the animation and just kind of look at it, I just get used to it and it's fine. The first look was a turnoff to me when I first saw it, but the more I mess with it, the more I have it. I'm fine with it. It's okay. I mean, I guess I would rather form over, is it form over function? But in this case, it is tune accuracy over, I don't know, probably what we would rather have. Would you rather have it look more symmetrical and more heroic looking, or more accurate? And with the rest of it looking what it appears to be like a perfect bot, the weird foot just isn't as big of a deal, and the transformation is not horrible or anything. So with that, I would have to say I think they've done really well overall. Here's his gun. Very simple, very plain. Does appear to be painted. Gets the job done, which I'm perfectly fine with. We have two other faces. Now, I will say one's yelling and one's a smirk. This, I always want to go with a smirk. So let's slap the smirk in. See, I'm never a fan of changing faces, but this works really well and really easily. So I'm a fan of them making stuff easy. And if they can do that, just make it easy. Why not? Why not do that? Why not just make everything this easy? Very simple. So I love that. We also have the trumpet, which trumpeter should go in either hand just fine. Oh, pause the camera. No. Yeah, it'll work. It'll get the job done. Ah, it fell. Does he have the articulation to pull it off? I don't know. I don't know. It's not... Maybe it needs to go in the right hand. Well, there, I got it. I got it to stay. But I don't think it truly has the articulation to pull it off. You can, in a way, and make it all look good. When it's all done, I'm sure people will have great pictures of all 6 of them blowing the trumpets. Yeah, but I'm not going to complain about diecast and back metal. And then we have all of these faces. Probably get more into them in the combined mode. I'm more of a stoic look kind of guy. All right, I guess we got to get into articulation now. I might be doing something wrong, but I cannot get his head to do... He can do a little up and down, but not side to side. You can see he's got the mushroom peg right there to go side to side, but his 80 shoulder pads are in the way for me. But they do get out of the way for his arms. They would do 360, and they do 360 if you get it right out of the way. You have bicep swivel. You have single jointed elbows. And then you have the hands side to side. Is there a... It's just the mushroom peg on them, which... So I can just tighten up. You have 2 points of articulation on each finger. So individually, finger, no splay. You have waist swivel, which is limited by... But if you do the ab crunch, you can get more waist swivel. And it is an ab crunch, not excessive or anything. And then you have nice ratchets to the front, which goes right at the 90. The back is hindered by his rear. Side is frictioned out to the 90. And you have thigh swivel right there at that joint. Knees, they appeared double jointed. They might be double jointed. I'm not getting it out, though. It looks like it should move there. But I'm going to leave that alone because it doesn't bother me so much. And I don't want to cause any issues. Ankle, side to side, back and forth, kind of anything you could really think of with these ginormous feet. They are huge. Anyway, there's his articulation. Really, I mean, you're not going to put him in Spider-Man poses, and it's sort of on par with kind of what FansToys has been doing lately anyway. Alright, so we have him with the leaders in comparison. This is Magton, or the KO, the best KO, I believe, of the FT-32C. And then we have over here Abaddon. That was an abandoned project for, what, 10, 12 years, and it's no longer abandoned from X-Transbots. Yeah, the cannon still holds on fine for me, even in its lowly broken state. And this is how it looks with all the X-Transbots versions out there. Yes, I'm doing both. Technically, 3 sets. I'm doing a combined X-Transbots, combined FansToys, and I'm doing individual bots for X-Transbots. But at the end of the day, FansToys is starting to pull off some really good bot modes, and we don't have this guy yet. So now this is 6 members in Masterpiece G1-esque scaling, and I'm not disappointed in any one of these figures, X-Transbots or FansToys, to be honest. All right, let's get into transforming this guy. I'm going to start with his hands, just get it out of the way. One of the things I find to be easy is to pull this up and then simultaneously pull both those down as we tuck this bad boy away. Let's get it just right to close back up. It's tight, which is good. Could be good, it could be bad on tightness. Then we need to come down here to the legs. And we are going to open up the leg. Let me adjust it down so we're staying in on this. This is going to open up. This is going to fold around. And then we're going to bring it around to where we can rotate it. So we need this positioned like this, and it's going to rotate on this point here all the way around. Let's make sure that this is still straight. Could get a little off there. So that's how it needs to go in, and then we close this up right there. Come back around here, and we're going to do some folding. We need to reveal a tab. It's going to go into that leg. And then this is going to slide down. And this is going to adjust and tab in. And we are starting to get there. Starting to get there. I feel like I should have something right there. Now for the other foot here, we are going to bring this forward, and then we are going to bring this up right here. And we're going to build this out. This is going to be quite an interesting way to do it. We need to flip this around so that we can bring this down. And then we're going to be able to do a few more things. Flip it around. So this piece here is going to come out. And then this is going to kind of push this out of the way, come down. And then we can rotate all of it on this. I'm going to rotate it on this joint right here, all the way around. I don't want to put too much pressure on the actual ankle. So I'm going to hold that as I rotate this around. And it should fall right into place right there. And then this can come up and close into here. And then we're going to come around to the back, which is now the front or the top, however you want to look at it. And this is going to come up. We flip out the connector piece right there. And then that's going to make sure it aligns and tabs in. But we do have to slide this down right here or it won't align. There we go. That's that didn't tab. Has to align with the tab. Wow, it's just a little bit more annoying than the other side. There we go. It's in. Then we start to construct Constructicons. We're going to construct the back portion of this right here. We're going to bring that up. This piece comes around, and then we construct the back of the cab, and then we can over and under. And I do feel like I've got a little more of a gap right here than there should be. But if it plugs in, like if it's plugging in, that gap should be gone. All right, so we got tabs here. We got kind of an over-under tabbing system going there. So we have to wiggle it just a little bit to get it all in and tabbed Come on, you can do it. Sort of kind of like that. All right, so off screen, I just got that tab there to tab in, which was super easy. Now we can fold these two pieces here down because they're going to accept the hands. Maybe it's easier to get from this side. Yeah, it is actually easier to get from that side. Now, what we're going to do here is raise up the camera. All right, we are going to just rotate in the shoulders. There it goes. And then tab it and tab it in at the lower end right here. Same thing up front. And one of the things about that was easier. That one was easier. One of the things about it is so that it'll roll, it kind of brings the wheels down further. So it rolls. All right, now push the head back, and then this is going to come forward. These are going to come down, and then this comes together, which mine were already. So maybe I could have gotten more head articulation if I pulled these out, because these do slide out. These are on sliders. Oh well, it's too late for that. Too late for that. All that fun stuff. Okay. Now we want to compress this. So you see this needs to tab into here, but it's not tabbing in. So you have to compress this down so that this tabs in. So you know you've got it down enough when that tabs in just fine on both sides. So there it goes. It's tabbed in, and then we got to do the top, which we're really close to getting this done. I think it's easier to see it from probably this angle, but we're going to bring this back, fold this up. So as you can see, now it's higher. Then pull this out. Ooh, that's a lot of pulling. Pull this out and pull that out. So fully extended, fully distended. Okay, well, that's extended. This has to be distended. Oh, what am I going to get that out with? This is sort of like a spudger. Yeah, there we go. And I think we're about there. No, we got two more things to do. We lift this up and we can fold this into place. And then this turns so we can get this piece here out. It's like a filler cover piece. It's got to come out. I gently got the ball rolling off camera. And then now we can bring this back, and this should tab in or have the illusion. Use your illusion of tabbing in. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We are there. All right, so here it is in the alt mode, and I will admit that it's not a bad looking alt mode at all, and it's a pretty good hook. They've got you hooked on this, and I like it. I like it. Feels like a little unfinished in this area, but at the same time, I don't mind. I don't mind a decent transformation, and I know that this isn't gonna show up in alt mode in combined mode, so it's not a big deal. I think I could actually tighten that up a little bit more in that spot, but yeah, it rolls very nicely. Part of moving these arms lower was a smart move. The head, you don't even see it. It's pretty clean. So pretty clean in all modes. Holds together really solid. Yeah, pretty nice. This goes up over. I don't think this retracts at all. I don't know if I want it to. But it is a nice vac metal die cast hook. It can hold some stuff, something if you want it to. This goes all the way vertical. You can get vertical with Dew right there. It's almost the same color as Mountain Dew, isn't it? It's not? Oh, okay. Well, in the same spectrum, right? It's not yellow. It's not carbon colored. It's greenish. One of the things I felt like I did something wrong here. Oh, I guess I could tighten that up too. I felt like I did something wrong here because these are kind of open, but I guess they're supposed to be. I don't see a filler at all anywhere for these. So with that, yeah, nice alt mode. Let's do a quick comparison, and then I guess this is the last we'll see of the alt mode. So we got this for the X-Transbots, and how does that look? We'll be seeing him again. The very next FansToys one is that one, so pretty simplistic. Although I don't have this exactly in its alt mode, it's still kind of enough. The arm's enough to see kind of size and where it is. This is a FansToys. Here's an X-Transbots version here. I mean, obviously they're connected to an arm. I'm ready to combine. Same with this. You're going to see a little bit easier, I think, the way. Yeah, it's not exactly ideal, but there it goes. And another X-Transbots right there. Here's Ironhide, the Takara version, which is a very nice alt mode. The only redeeming quality for Takara's Ironhide is the alt mode. There's MB44KO, and yeah, it doesn't quite tab together just right. So the official is better, but it works. And a few others just kind of in the review space. Could probably clean it up a little better looking than this. But FansToys, Takara, X-Transbots, MMC, a mix of all different companies, just so you can see what's going on there. Now to get them in combine mode, I also want to show, I don't have one of these in my bag of tricks here of spare parts, so that's why you haven't seen it. But let's get this hook put back in the way it needs to be. Doesn't feel right. There it is. It just kind of the torso part of the hook, this thicker part, snaps in, and then we just compress it all back the way it once was. Then we go all the way back, move it back, fold this down, and that's how that's going to work. All right, let's rotate this back this way. Tuck this in. We're gonna have to lift this up to get that in there, and then we are going to do some stuff. I'm gonna separate this, which has got a nice connection right there. That over under. It's kind of hard to get that loosened up, and I don't like using spudgers, but it's once you get it in there nice and tight. It took a bit, but it doesn't want to come apart as easy, and I don't want to break anything. So anyway, getting these legs split, and they're split, and I flip that around because that makes a lot more sense to me. All right, so which side shall we do first? I guess we'll do this side here. We want to make this flush, bring that up, make that flush, and then over here, let's fold these down. Just get the arms, give it a little bit of room so we can work with this, and then we are going to basically undo what we had before. We're gonna flip this around to open this panel, to reveal the opening of this panel. See if we can get that in there, out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. We are going to shorten this, which is just something that has to happen. Lift this up. We're bringing this out. Fold this down, fold this over, fold this in. And we've got that done. And then we are going to, it's got to be like the exact perfect. I'm just retrofitting this now. Go ahead and get this folded up. Now this is going to fit better. And we have to kind of pull this back out which one came first, the chicken or the egg? That piece, then this piece. Fold that down. Now, I want to point out that all that work compresses it down just that little bit amount. That small, tiny bit of amount. So we're going to do the same thing on this leg, more or less. Let's fold this back up. And then I want to rotate it to where we can see all this work that needs to get done. And lift this up. I guess we can fold that like that out of the way. Fold this panel out, and it's tight. It doesn't want to give. It likes it where it's at. We then got the ball rolling off screen, just because. So we can. So fold that up. Get this out. So things have to be done a certain way. We need to collapse this. Then fold this down. Then this goes over it. Then this goes into place. Oh, so as much as I don't like that, I know things have to go a certain way. Now we put it back to the way it should be. Fold that up. Fold this piece here up. Yeah. I'm trying to be a rebel, I guess. Doesn't get me anywhere, does it? Not at all. Now we've got this up here, can kind of lay down. And I think we could do this piece after we tab everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Remember, this is on a slider. We've got that all like that. Then we're going to untab this. And then this is going to open up. And then we have another piece here. Right in here. Needs to come out. This thing I'm using is not actually a spudger. It's a fingernail something. And pieces of it come off because it's not strong. This piece I'm using. But this piece, this green piece, is in nice and tight. Alright, so you can push it from the back side there to get it out. And then what this is going to do is it's interesting. It's interesting. So this piece aligns with this, and now both those pieces tab into here, and then that tabs into there, which is, it's kind of fascinating in a way. It's kind of strange in a way. All right, next, where are we at now? We need to pop this open, and we're going to go into some uncharted territory here. Okay, you're gonna wiggle the waist, and then it's gonna bring this piece out. And so then the way this is gonna work is we're gonna rotate on this to get this in place. And yeah, I guess we can keep that out of the way. And then this is going to come up and tab in. Let's get a good view of it all here. It's going to tab into here. This is going to tab into here. And then the arm is going to go into here. So it's kind of, there's a lot going on here. Let's keep this other arm, let's keep both the arms out of the way as we try to pull this feet off. And then this arm is going to come up here and tab in multiple places at once. So there's a tab here and a notch there, and then this tab's up there. And it's probably not something I'm going to get done pretty. It's not going to be beautiful as I do it. It isn't pretty. It's not pretty, but sort of got it. And then we have to tab this in up to here. Up in here. And then let's come around to the back. This whole arm has to kind of fit into here too. In the back. Maybe I'm not getting that just right, but then we're going to do some fun stuff with the head after this little segment. Now, there's only two things really left. We need to get his head out, and then we need to get the other connection piece out of here. I'm going to do the head first. So I'm going to open this up and bring out this piece. And then this folds over. There we go. And we're going to slide the head over. Oh, that's a tight slider. Supported by holding on to that piece. And then with that, we're going to open up this, flip his head around, and close it. And then we can close this back off and just reseal everything with that. So it's pretty solid. I'm not sure that should tab into something in the back there. Then straighten all that out. Then we need to come down here and get this joint out. So that pops that up. So this opens up. This all just folds out. This piece comes around and then folds down. And then this just folds out like so. So that we have sort of gonna rest on itself in a way. I wonder if we can get this. And we'll see how it connects, you know, when we connect it. I think the long haul is gonna have a connection. They'll have some level of connection to it. So here we go for the most part. Here it is. I could go through and tighten it up just a little bit more, but I think we're there. And looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right, so here he is in his combined mode for the most part, and it looks pretty good overall. Here is the top, and here's the back, which I'm not able to quite get these. I can't get this quite up there into that, so maybe I did something wrong there. Maybe not, I don't know. Not too worried about it. I'm more concerned that, see, and then I did that, but the front, more concerned that the front looks right and everything lines up just right. Anyway, there's another feature where you can lift the head up and bring down these, but you probably want to get your finger behind it to bring down the little glasses, visor or whatever. But that's kind of fun and it's nice. And he's got, obviously this stuff's going to connect to other figures in the future, which the very next figure coming up, and all this will be much more solidified once it's all connected and tabbed in and everything. So I look forward to that. Pretty good looking. I guess we'll, just for fun, lay out what we got. Let's put all the cards on the table. So with the next release, we should start be able to put them together. I've seen pictures of him partially assembled. I'll be able to stand them up and stuff. So moving along very nicely. And that's what I want. That's where we're at. This is my look at FansToys FT-32C Gaudi, their take on Hook, and I guess we'll cycle through some of these faces in the outro here. And what do I think of this guy? I think that he looks pretty good, actually. He's a nice looking Hook. All modes work great. And, well, I mean, we're not going to know how well this works till we combine it with the other one, but I've seen it combined with Long Haul already, so I think that it's going to work out. That's kind of a screaming face. So I did get this at Shozi Store. My link down below. You might be able to get yours too. It was like $165, which is best price I've seen anywhere on this guy. And it's temporarily out of stock. So it's out of stock right now. But as they fill all the orders, whatever's left, they'll put more up, I'm sure. But let me know what you guys think about this FansToys Gaudi in the comments below. Like and subscribe. TH support the reviewer at Shozi. Teddy Hanger out.